You're running your own business either online or in person, so why would you need a scheduling application? Well, in this video, I give you my many reasons why you absolutely need to have a scheduling application and reveal the top 2 recommendations that I have for you. It's Tom Jackobs here, and this channel is all about helping you increase your sales process by a number of different ways because I want you to get better at presentation, performance, so that you make more profits in your business through the power of sales. So let's get right into how does appointment setting software have to do with sales? Well, it's all about time management and helping you be as efficient as possible, especially for solo practitioners, solopreneurs that are running your own business. You don't have time to be on the phone to schedule, reschedule, to book, rebook people when you can have an automated way of doing that. Or even having a virtual assistant that kind of helps you in that process if you want to be very high touch in your business. And that's kind of how I have my business arranged, is that I have people who call, but also use that scheduling software to actually book the appointment because it is so easy to use. Now, it wasn't too long ago when I was sitting in my fitness business and I got this call from somebody that was interested in having a consultation with me. And she left a message and I called back and said, well, I can have a consultation with you at this time. And then she would call back and while I was training somebody and leave a message, oh, I can't make that time, but I can make this time. And it just got to this point, and then we finally transitioned it to email, and so we're just emailing back and forth. And then it got to a point 2 or 3 days later, still didn't have the consultation, and then she's just stopped responding because apparently it probably got way too difficult to try and book a consultation. Had I simply given her a link and said, go ahead and book an appointment here, then it would have been a lot easier. And then what's even best about a lot of the software out there is if they need to cancel or reschedule, they just hit a little link and they can cancel and reschedule. Now, you might be thinking, gosh, Tom, that seems like really impersonal. That you just send somebody a link and say, well, go ahead and book on my appointment calendar. And yes, that can come across as a little insensitive or not very personable. I get that. And that's why I take a hybrid approach for a lot of the calls that I take for people. And that is where we have a live person that actually calls and schedules, but uses that link so that, because it's just so easy to connect everything with one of the softwares that are out there, and then books that person. They get all of the reminder emails, the text messages, and all that, so that there's a high show rate now. And if they need to reschedule, there's always a link there where they can now reschedule. Now, for a lot of people, what I do is say, you know what, for ease of scheduling, I totally would love to work with you and understand what your issues are and have a strategy session. For the ease of scheduling, here's a link so you can find a good time for you. And now when you kind of preface it that way, now it sounds like it's all about them, which it is all about them because they're the prospect, and you need to make it all about the prospect and make it really easy for them to say yes, book the appointment. And if you notice that they haven't booked the appointment, I always put little reminders in there to have somebody either reach out on my behalf or I make that phone call and try to book the person as well. And just do that little voice confirmation like, oh, hey, I see that you were interested in booking an appointment, but you didn't actually book the appointment. Do you want to go ahead and do that now? What kind of times work for you? Or if you don't find some time on my calendar that works for you, then perhaps just let me know what might work and I can open up some times for you. That is why you absolutely need an appointment setting software to help you through the process. It just saves tons of time and headache for both you and the prospect. Now, what's even better about a lot of these softwares is now if you have somebody actually booking appointments for you, you can set up specific rules around the different appointment types and when you will take those appointments and when you don't want to take those appointments. Because I worked in a business where they just had my calendar and then they had to make, judgment call of like where to book people. And then I would have like people at 2 o'clock and then another person at 4 o'clock and this big gap in between, and it just wasn't really efficient. And a lot of the softwares kind of look at all of your appointments and when you're busy and kind of figure out when's the best time to display open appointments to the prospect, which is pretty nice, I gotta tell you. And not only that, but when you have somebody else booking for you, now there's no question. It's like, okay, these are the times available, and it becomes a very easy conversation when they're talking to the prospect on your behalf. So whether you have somebody booking appointments for you or it's just you and you just want to send a link to somebody, having one of these softwares so that you can set up specific availability times for different types of appointments. Like I even have an appointment type for coffee. So if somebody wants to have a virtual coffee with me, I send them my virtual coffee link, and it has specific times that I've set aside where I'll most likely be drinking coffee. And then we can have a nice little coffee together in a chat over Zoom, and it's really pretty awesome. I have another one just for discussions, so it's a little bit shorter time frame, and that's the other piece that you can figure out like how long you want to have that meeting for, and now it's a set time. Now, is it 15 minutes, 20 minutes, is it an hour, hour and a half, whatever it happens to be. It's all set up there, and it takes guesswork out of booking appointment. And then once you book the appointment, now all those reminders will go out, whether that's email reminder or text reminder. And I do recommend both. Email up until the day, and then text message on the day, so that they have all the information right there in different media so that they never miss an appointment with you, and your show rate goes way up. And also what's really awesome about the scheduling software is now you can hook that up into your sales pipeline or your marketing automation program as well. And I know for me, I use Calendly personally. I've used Acuity as well. Those are two that I recommend. But with Calendly, it's integrated right with ActiveCampaign. And so when somebody books an appointment, their details come into ActiveCampaign. I can set up triggers and automations based on that and do more advanced email reminders or text reminders out of ActiveCampaign rather than out of Calendly. Either is just fine, but you can get pretty fancy with it, which is what I'm kind of saying there. But it's very powerful when you have all that information in one place, and you can move pipelines along. It's really awesome. It saves tons of time. Now, I love Calendly. I like Acuity. I've done a comparison between the two. It's a video right here. It's quite popular, actually. So go ahead and check out that video. See the comparison between the two. I take you inside the scenes as well. And until next time, you have a great day.